Why not?
Yeah, this is Rose with Welcome Back Alley.
Figuring it out. You know, that is what I see. This is Rose. 3 years. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Welcome YYC. And today we're talking about steps or pre steps that can be taken if you're ever thinking of buying or selling, a home. And yeah, so that's just what it is. So,
Yeah.
Rose, what do you think? What do you think people need to know before taking that main step in buying or selling?
Well, I think the number one thing
Yeah.
that people sometimes don't mention on social media, or they sometimes term it as a consult online, is it's essentially a discovery call. Whether it's virtual, in person, over a coffee, or just a simple phone call, it's just to ask you as a buyer or seller, what are your needs
Right.
and what do you want to do to make you know, the purchase or the sale of your home.
So I would say, like, so from your own experiences, like,
Mhm.
what are the things that people should expect, during this some of this? Because a lot of times they happen in coffee shops. So I like to
Yeah,
call
to
them
be
coffee
honest.
dates.
Yeah,
You know.
coffee dates, coffee meetups.
Yeah. So what are some of the things, like, to expect in this discovery or coffee dates, this real estate coffee dates?
Well, it's as simple as getting to know each other, right?
Mhm.
Because you may have not met the realtor before. Maybe you're interviewing the realtor. It's a good way to kind of get to know each other on a personal level because you're working on a personal deal for
Mhm.
yourself. Even if it's an investment property, it's personal, it's your asset. And we want to make sure we take care of it and that we connect.
Mhm.
And that means we need to be able to communicate well with each other and know how to serve each other, right? Apart from getting to know each other, we would definitely discuss your goals, like as why you want to sell, why you want to buy, and from there, that also helps us as realtors know how to help you navigate the market or what kind of product would work best for your goals, right?
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you would
Yes.
discuss?
Yeah, I think for me, I like to see it as in, like, if you're going into any process in life, you want to, like, know who your team are. So I see it as a way to build your team, to talk, to have that, okay, you need a realtor or you need a mortgage broker. And so it's just team building, it's just building your team. And it's always okay to interview as many people, as possible, in that process. So I just, that's what I feel those coffee dates are. Just try, like you said, trying to figure out, do I actually want to work with this person,
Yeah.
or not? And yeah,
And it
so.
also gives you the realtor an opportunity to even share maybe ideas that
Mhm.
you may have not thought about. So maybe you want to sell your property, but you didn't know that you could actually refinance to just buy another property while keeping that first property. So maybe it may be a good rental, a good investment for you to keep long term for your children. So it just expands your mindset and really builds connection. And I think that's really what real estate is about, is building connections
Yeah.
and relationships with each
Yeah.
other. It's not just a transaction, at least not for us,
No.
right?
No.
So yeah.
So I would say, so this brings me to my other question. What are some good questions that you feel someone who just has this idea of, what, I want to own real estate one day? What are some questions that they can ask, realtors when they go on these coffee dates?
Wow, he's putting me on the spot. I wasn't ready for this.
You
Well,
gotta wing it.
if I'm on the other side and I'm meeting a realtor, I would I would ask what what should I do with my, or maybe like let's make it more specific. Like, can what should I not do before purchasing?
Mhm.
That's something really important to know
Sure.
because you may be surprised that you can't go get a car that you were planning to get
Sure.
when you wanted to buy.
Mhm.
Um, I would ask, what's the process? Like, can you provide me like a process map? Like something that generalizes the whole process and easy to understand
Mhm.
without going into like the specific
Mhm.
details, just so
Mhm.
that you understand the
Mhm.
process and you're not
Mhm.
surprised by anything.
Yeah.
And also, if the realtor has any resources
Yeah.
of people that, if they need a mortgage broker, that
Mhm.
the realtor is able to provide that,
Mhm. Mhm.
insurance broker, or whatever you need to get the
Yeah.
deal done.
Yeah.
Like, who can you refer me to is what I would ask.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions that you think they should ask?
Throw me under the bus.
What?
I said, now you're throwing me under the bus.
Exactly. Ask her now.
Yes, actually, I think my questions will be more based on getting the realtor, that getting to know the realtor himself, him or herself, right? So I'll ask questions like, what is their communication style? Because different people have different communication styles. Some people prefer phone calls, some people prefer text messages
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff
true.
like that. I would actually ask them why they decided to be a realtor in the first place. Because it gives me an idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
From this person.
Yeah.
I would also ask questions about like those gray areas, like who is paying my commission as a buyer, like who is if I'm a buyer client, right, who is going to pay the commission, if I'm a seller client, like how does that
Yeah.
how
Like,
does that
what
work,
fees
what
are
fees,
involved?
yeah, exactly, what fees are involved,
Yeah.
and if I'm a seller, I will also ask them, like, okay, like if I'm planning to sell my house, like how can I stage it, or just little things like that, because things like that actually help me understand what am I to expect, like
Yeah.
is there value in going with this person or not.
Yeah.
So I would ask questions that are a little bit related to real estate, but also not related to real estate. Anyway, just to have a good feel
You got
what's going on.
both sides. These are questions that you can ask.
Yes.
Ask them all. Think of other questions.
Mhm.
Ask ChatGPT what you should ask the realtor.
Mm.
Utilize AI, the internet, right? Like, don't go into things blindly because you don't have to. You have videos, like our videos, to be a resource,
Yeah.
the internet to be a resource.
Yes.
Be informed when you go to these meetings,
Mhm.
right? Know what you want to ask.
Yeah.
So,
And also, I think also another important thing to know is that it's always have it at the back of your mind that the meeting does not have to result in a in a quote unquote in a deal, because it's a
yeah.
discovery. Because I think sometimes people don't want to have this talks because they feel as though, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
if I go into these meetings, it must result into a buy or a sell
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything, like
Yeah.
it's a discovery call,
Oh,
or
yeah.
it's a discovery meeting. That's just what it
Discovery
is.
meeting, yeah.
Yeah. So
I always tell people, no pressure at all. Like,
yeah.
it may seem like, I'm telling you the steps to like move forward with what you want to achieve. It doesn't mean you have to do it with me. Or you
Yeah.
have to do it right now.
Yeah.
It's just for your own knowledge.
Yeah.
If you'd like to take the step with me right away, amazing. I'm
Yeah.
ready to like fly with you
Yeah.
to achieve your goal. Well, we're ready to fly with you.
Yeah.
But, it's more so for knowledge sharing purposes.
Yeah.
But because we love real estate, we may sound very excited and passionate and ready to get going
Yeah.
the next minute,
Yeah.
but it's no pressure.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah. There's no pressure at all. Like no pressure at all. And that's why I tell people that, you know, this is how you're ready to take the next move. How you're ready to take the next move is number one, you're somewhat
Yeah.
informed.
Yeah.
So you're not just making decisions, you're actually making educated decisions, right? That's number one. And the second one is that, okay, you're financially ready to make this move. And I feel like sometimes the the journey between zero to making the first move, right, it involves actually talking to a professional,
It does.
with no strings attached. So
Exactly.
and that's all we're saying, like no strings attached. Do your due diligence. And because at the end of the day, look, I'll say this, right, at the end of the day, when you start, it's like you're stuck with this person for the next 3 months. That's
Or more.
or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, three for the next 3 months or more, you know. And so it's good to know that, okay, you know what, I choose him or I choose her, and I'm making that decision because I have done my due diligence. I've had that conversation, that discovery call with them.
Yeah.
I know that, okay, this person understands my needs, you know, and I know that they're they will be there for me and they'll stand alongside me as I go into the journey. So that's just what it is. Anything else you wanna add?
Just don't be afraid to reach out. Um, we're always open to chat through DM, text message,
Mhm.
comments. Maybe you just type like, "I want to be an investor," or "I
Yeah.
want to be an owner." It's as simple as that. It gives us the idea that you have interest, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're not directly saying, "Hey, I want to go for a coffee."
Yeah.
We can initiate that. For you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just gotta drop some hints.
Some
okay?
hints. Yeah. Yeah. So this actually brings a good idea. So like just put a comment, leave it in the comments. Like just say, hey, I want to be a real estate owner, or I want to be an investor, or I want to be a buyer, or I have a home to sell. Just leave it in the comments. Like we just want to know where everyone is at. And if you're still thinking about it, just say, hey, I'm still thinking about it. And if you're saying, oh no, like, I actually have not thought about this before.
Yeah.
Still write it there. I've not thought about this
Put
before.
an emoji if
Yeah.
that's easier. Any emoji, and that will
Emoji.
be a hint.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's it. And yeah, so make sure you leave a like. If this has blessed you one way or the other, you can
Let us
drop a like.
know.
Let us know. Leave a comment, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. And bye.